You know, when a mother sings to her baby, it feels like this magical, universal thing. But what if I told you it's actually pure science? Today, we're diving into the direct, surprising connection between a mother's voice and her baby's developing brain.
Singing heals instantly. Whoa. That's a pretty huge claim, right? But what if it's not just some nice sentiment? What if it's a biological fact? That's exactly what our source material suggests. Yeah, and we're not just talking in metaphors here. The whole idea from our source is that a baby's brain literally responds to its mother's voice in a way that's a lot like medicine. It's not magic, it's a measurable, physical response.
So the big question is this just a beautiful, poetic idea, or is something real, something tangible actually happening inside that tiny brain? Let's dig in.
All right, first stop, inside the brain itself. How on earth does a simple song create such a massive neurological reaction?
So when we say it acts like medicine, what do we actually mean? Well, think about what medicine does. It's something you use to treat or prevent distress. That's exactly what the source is getting at here. The song itself becomes the tool that triggers a very specific, calming reaction in the baby's brain. And this is where it all begins. It's incredible, really. The sound waves from mom's voice, they aren't just some background noise. Nope. They are picked up by the baby's brain, and they spark a real physical, electrical, and chemical event right there at the synapse. I mean, that's the junction where neurons literally talk to each other. Okay, so we've got a spark happening in the brain. But how does that tiny neurological event translate into a physical change we can actually see and measure in the rest of the body? This brings us to the physical effects, the stuff you can actually observe in the real world. This is where that healing claim really starts to make sense. So what are we talking about here? According to the studies in our source, it boils down to two huge things. First, a mother singing can physically calm a baby's heart rate, slowing it right down. And second, it can actually regulate the entire nervous system. Now, that phrase, regulating the nervous system, sounds kind of technical, right? But all it really means is it's helping the baby go from a state of stress, that fight or flight mode, to a state of peace and safety. The song is literally a signal to the baby's whole body saying, hey, you're safe, you can relax now. So when you piece all of this together, you start to see that we're talking about something that goes way, way beyond just a simple song to help a baby fall asleep. This is about a deep biological bond. I mean, all the science we just talked about, the synapse firing, the heart rate slowing down, it all points back to this one thing, strengthening one of the most fundamental connections in all of nature. The simple act of singing becomes a physical tool that makes that biological and emotional bond even stronger. So here's the really crucial takeaway. A lullaby? It's not just a nice tradition. It's biology. It's this powerful built-in mechanism that uses sound to literally communicate safety, to regulate a tiny little body, and to deepen that incredible connection between mother and child. And that just leaves you wondering, doesn't it? If something as simple and ancient as a song holds this much biological power, what other instincts, what other ancient behaviors are out there holding the keys to our own well-being, just waiting for us to really understand them?